we don't need roads.
Anya, good to see you again. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing so well. So good to see you. I miss you. I wish you could see you in person, but you were phenomenal in this. I've got 1,000 questions for you. So thank you for fitting me into your schedule.
Oh, well, thank you. And I'm so glad that you enjoyed the film. That's
Love
awesome.
the film. Love the film. I'm going to jump into this. I am fascinated with this idea of being haunted because there's so many levels to it just beyond sort of a traditional ghost story. I'm sort of curious as to how often that happens as an actor. Like, do you ever find yourself haunted by like a past performance or a take that you wish you could do again or a role that you didn't get? Like, is there an actor equivalent to being haunted?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there are many, but the one that throws me the most is every once in a while in my real life, I'll say a line that someone else has written for me, and I'll think about it. I'm like, why does that sound so familiar? And I'm like, that's not an original thought of mine. That's a line from a movie, and I've just used it in my real life. So yeah, I get haunted by monologues and lines.
How often does that happen?
Not too much, and I've tended to not tell the person that I've done it because it is pretty weird to suddenly be
Right.
like, "Oh, that wasn't me. That was a character."
So if we're talking and you like ever just randomly start talking about chess, I'll know that it's probably
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Beth.
Yes, definitely. I think yeah, that's funny actually. It is like I'm kind of carrying a lot of ghosts around with me, and all those ghosts are my past characters, my past lives. There are definitely, days or takes or whatever that you wish could have gone better or that you've done better, and it's hard to move on from them. But you've just got to find a way to somehow. Yeah, we've all got our ghosts.
I would imagine continuing to find amazing roles like this one is a really good way to move on.
Yes, yeah, and you're always like, looking forward to what's to come as well, because you never want to. I've spent so much time being stuck on things that have happened in the past, and I finally feel like finally being able to kind of move on and look forward to what's gonna happen in the future, because I've got some really exciting things coming up, and I just love my job so much that I want to keep on going. I want to keep on collaborating and exploring new characters and new worlds. So yeah, that's a good point to like have things to look forward to, but also just having things that you enjoy doing in that moment.
This film is such an incredible love letter to an era that I'll never get to experience. The way you guys handle 60s London, the fashion, the music, it's unbelievable. What is an era of filmmaking that you wish you could have experienced? A movie you wish you could have seen in theaters, a set that you would have killed to have been on, or an aspect of just that era that you wish that you could have worked with as an actor?
Ooh, I mean, just as a cinematic experience, I would have loved to have gone to see Titanic in the cinema because I heard that people went and saw that movie again and again and again, and I'm sure that it was unbelievable on a big screen. But in terms of an era of filmmaking, I'd say the section just before like talkies were a real thing, like the movement between the silent film era and then suddenly it being a spoken word medium. I think that would have been fascinating. And
Kind of
also
what they show in The
and
Artist.
yeah, and black and white as well. Like apparently, anytime you see people wearing lipstick in black and white movies, they're actually really dark blue or black because that's the way that it shows up on film. So I think it would have been fun to be part of that kind of pioneering era.
I think definitely I'm a big Audrey Hepburn fan, so I would have loved to have been on sets like Sabrina or Funny Face. I think those would have been really amazing to experience. But I also think that I'm lucky to be a young actress at this time when things are being spoken about, and we're really, there have been some strides taken to move forward for equality and everything. So yeah, I don't know. I'm happy watching those films and enjoying them that way.
So much of this movie is just sort of the idea of this innocent young woman moving into the big city with big dreams, and things are just end up being harder and tougher and meaner than she expected. So when you got into this industry, when you got into Hollywood, in what way was this world different than you thought it was going to be?
Oh gosh. I mean, I don't think I ever really thought that much about how it was going to be. I was just desperate to be a part of it. It took me about 3.5 years to realize that my peers did not make back-to-back movies the way that I did. And I would go up to my friends and be like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. like, how are you not tired all the time? They're like, because we take breaks. We like have like normal lifetime. So I think probably the call times, I'm either going to sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning or I'm waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's a new trippy thing.
You would do really well in news. Like you would just fit into this world very,
I
very
just
well.
don't sleep anymore. I've trained myself to be able to like exist on 4.5 hours of sleep and I'm good to go.
Well, if this is you on 4.5 hours of sleep, then that's phenomenal because you're an amazing interview. I always love talking to you, and thank you for always making amazing projects because it makes my life so much easier.
Thank you so much. You're so sweet. It's been really, really nice to see you.
It's nice to see you again soon. Hopefully I get to see you in person soon.
Absolutely.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye. In theory, just hypothetically, if someone were going to remake this movie in 60 years about a young girl who longed to live through the era that we're living in now, what are some aspects of our time today that you think she will wish that she could have experienced?
I just think like with everything, with COVID and everything, it's like
That's
I don't
true.
know why.
There's no one's gonna want to flash back to 2020. I don't think.
No. But this is like something that I've been thinking about often, especially around like last night in Soho is just like, and the whole feeling of nostalgia and all of that. We're literally living through history. Like in the past couple of years, you know, big things have been happening that people will be learning, will be studying at school in the future, if not now. So I think, I don't know, there's almost like no point in going, oh, I wish I could live then, because that's going to be happening for you know, forever, for eternity. People are going to be looking back to the past and going, I wish. But I don't know, we're living through history, so like, what's the point? And also people in the future will be going, oh, I wish we were like, you know, somewhere further down the track. Yeah, we always want what we can't have.
It's fascinating to think about. And the first time a kid ever asked me, what was it like to live through COVID? And my mind's just going to be blown.
I know.
Seriously, it was such a pleasure to chat with you. Congratulations. The film's phenomenal. Your performance is phenomenal. And I appreciate you fitting me in your schedule.
Thank you. Nice.
Good to see you again.
You too. Bye.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.